that they was all broke up, you know what I mean? That stuff you see on the movies about white folks selling, you know, suppose my father told me about people and family members, he was born in 1900, that they might have found each other in 1912 or something. They were so happy, they just passed out. They reached their goal. I was looking for my sister. They find their sister and they just dropped dead. That stuff is true. I got it on tape. So they came from a group of people that it was the worst thing you could do. Imagine you got a nice little pretty baby, little fat cheek baby, and the white man sell them off. Or your wife you done jumped the broom with, he can sell her and go up in her whenever time he wants. You know what I mean? So we came out of that, but that's gone now. Don't nobody care nothing about that. The youngsters now, they don't even know nothing about that. Maybe there's some magic stuff up there. Don't worry. Hold your peace. We're going to pull through this. We can make it. But anyway, just think about it like this. When we said, let's come together and consider where we are now. Well, let's reason together, right? That means we have to think about it. Okay, if they're not, we still have to, right? We have to because we already have been given certain things and we have to act off what we have been given. No, you don't have to act off what you've been given, but you'll be accountable for it, right? And if you're going to get big, you can't be little. You can't be little nitty picking and stuff. You guys laughed at me in 1995. They did. All the Negro Imam, they not only laughed, I made a proposal to them in 88, and they all turned around, faced the wall. I said, it's okay. So the white man gonna stick his behind and foot in everybody's right with me. I don't care. All that can come true. Well, we can't hold it against them. We can't. Why? Because it will block our road into the future. If Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would have held the Arabs, that they Arabism against them, what would have happened with the mission? Khalid ibn Walid, the greatest soldiers, most of them, come from that Jahiliyyah. Khalid ibn Walid, when the people when they, the archers broke that was Khalid ibn Walid that said, hey, he was a soldier, right? Sword of Islam, or something like that. And he saw it, he moved on it. Later on, he was doing the same thing on the battlefield. That boy got so bad that when he was on the Western Front, and they needed help on the Eastern Front fighting the Persians, when they saw them black flags with right coming, they knew it was Khalid ibn Walid, they said, that's it. No, when Abu Bakr said Khalid ibn Walid, remember the people say, we might pray, but we ain't gonna pay no zakat. That's in Abu Bakr's time. Said, Abu Bakr said, pay the Prophet, peace be upon him, you're gonna pay me. So he sent Khalid down there. And when they saw him coming, they said, oh, zakat, I was just getting ready to pay. Hey man, where's your zakat at? Right? It wasn't no trouble at all. Yeah, man. Yeah, zakat. That's true, man. I ain't late, I know. Right? I'm trying to tell you, you gotta, those Negroes, those double-dealing, undercutting Negroes have that same stuff in them. You gotta be big enough, they got it in them. They got it in them. They got it in them. You got to, I know it sounds crazy, but you know, one of the things that I have, I've always liked niggas. I just like niggas. I never, and all of my fights was mostly with the system. You know, I didn't learn how to fight real, not good, but a little bit, you know, until later on in life. The early part of my life, I spent fighting groups of the white man. So I was used to, if I was in the county jail or something, I'd run, that's of course after I learned martial art, I'd run and jump on the guard, wrap my legs around him, and do like this, and I'd chew that cracker. I chewed one cracker so bad, he had, oh boy, you should have seen his face. So I just jumped. Why? Because all those guards there, if you start throwing punches, they're going to grab one hand. Then they're going to grab the other. Then they're going to grab a foot. You know what I mean? So then if you got the old-time goon squad, you know them police with the big bellies and jangling keys, you do something, they run down, the sergeant or the lieutenant blow the whistle. The goon squad would be guards from all over. And they would all run down the hallway and they'd run in your room and they would, I love to fight them, you know why? Because all you do is make them mad, hit them, and then double up. And guess what they do? They beat each other to death, trying to kill that nigga. They be hitting each other all the time. I mean, oh man, Lord have mercy, and not getting hit at all. Right? That's the way I used to do. If we hold it against the Negro for being a Negro, plus, how do you know what Allah got wrote for the Negro? And if you like the people, who put that likeness in you? Allah put it in you. Because black people generally don't like black people too much. I know they'll shoot them quicker than they shoot white folks. Right? You don't see black people attacking white people. Even if I see girls running up to you, hi. Over in the park where we run, the white people have that now. You know, there's 2, 3 Negroes over there, but you know, the white people, they run all day. And you don't never see all them Negroes on the corner. They don't even say nothing to them. They just walk. They've been trained. Don't give in. Just hold your head up and walk down the street like you're not afraid. They take teeth chattering and everything. Right? That's what they teach them to do. And they do it. And he said, they get in the classroom. You know, the teachers of it. Can't do that. And they be scared to death. But the Negro just look dangerous, right? The natives look dangerous. But now a Negro walk down the street and do anything. Or what they do when the police come, the niggas throw their guns all under everything. And the gun is to shoot. They don't shoot the police. In the old days, people used to shoot. Now they shoot each other. They don't shoot no police. I ain't heard of none getting shot. Anyway, whatever this is that we have here, we've already got our stuff lined up. We're ready to go. But what we're doing now, we have to recruit people. And the people that have skill or training right now, they've been trained by boss man. They're trained speakers. All of them are trained speakers. They're trained speakers. That's what they do. They speak very well. So Raj can talk the white off that thing. That's his job. Zayd comes on like he's really knowledgeable. You see him on? And the Iranians have him on press TV sometimes. And he's given a very serious, very good talk though. He gives organized speeches. Might be scary. When they move on me, they use that structure on me. When they raid the Masjid, it's a military move. It's just there, it's a military move. All the time. When they move on me in a meeting or anything, isolate him, cut him off. And you do this, everybody got their part and they're playing it. They're playing it. The only thing is, it never worked. It never worked. Why? We never stopped. They thought after so many years, you're going to get tired, you're going to lose your energy, you're going to become sad, da-da-da-da-da. Not possible. What did we say the first day? It's a protracted struggle. I didn't know it'd be this long. I thought it'd be protracted like China from 1921 to 1949, something like that. That was a long time, but not almost forever, right? But look, that thing about forgiveness, all those things about changing your mind, changing your heart, changing your desire to do right, it's possible. This didn't happen all throughout history. This didn't happen. Our best knowledge is Muslims. They took Shahada. One guy, he said, "True what you said, Rasulullah, about if I die as a martyr, I'll go straight to heaven?" I said, "Yes." So the guy had some dates in his hands. He threw them away and went on. Got martyred. He said he did little. I mean, what he did was a lot, but it was basically it was a condensed period of time, and he got the ultimate. Okay. We're not in control of where the people come from. But we have to keep our eyes, our ears, and we have to keep our mind, and we have to keep our heart open. We don't know if anybody is going to respond to anything we're saying. But it's our obligation to do it. Does that make any sense? It's our obligation to do this. If they don't, we're not going to stop. They can change. I have a little thing here. It's just you might want to read it. Yeah, I got two of them right here. It says, I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. It gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I would have asked for life would have willingly paid. That's this course, white man, some section. Of course, it's from the book Think and Grow Rich. I've always liked that. But that's, look, if it's true for them, you know it's true for a Muslim. I bargained with life for a penny. That's their job. That's what they wanted. And then after, it relates back to the hadith, that if you make leisure, working in the way of Allah, your leisure, Allah closed up the door to poverty, right? That's what the hadith said. It has about delay. He said, but if you don't do it, you're going to be working, you ain't going to never get, you ain't going to never get out of debt. You're going to be poor on it, and you're going to still be working. So what this is saying, when you mix all this good spiritualism, it has a lot to do with self-image psychology. How we see ourselves. We are a people that no matter how good an education we get, we look up just enough. We want stability. We want security. Right? What's the name? Was it the Japanese guy? He didn't want that. He wanted entrepreneurship. And all the entrepreneurs will tell you, you go to school and get yourself a stamp from the government. And the saddest people, I'll get back to this in a minute, but I used to go to the Starbucks down, just go on out Central Avenues out there. They got a lot of stores out there. And this is a hangout of, used to be city employees and the county employees. You know, they're all my age and that stuff. And the only thing they got to do is to go down to that Starbucks and you can hear them talking. And they talk about the job they used to have and how was and then they know all the other polices and they come. Stuff like that. Civil service. The saddest, most heartbroken people you ever find. Civil service. Male workers. I mean, back in the old days, that was a step up for us. That ain't. I'm not against it for a large group of people, but there has to be a group of people in certain amount of numbers that don't believe in these glass ceilings and they don't believe in this self-image psychology that tells us that Pharaoh, that was the thing, that's right, that was the thing. And the Quran mentions it, but about when Moses sent the people to spy in the land and see what was going on, and they came back, they said, those people are big, strong, jabbering, strong people, man. The Bible says, when we saw them, we saw ourselves as grasshoppers to them. And they saw us the way we saw ourselves. This is deep now, you gotta remember. These guys was big and strong. When they saw themselves, we're grasshoppers, we ain't nothing, we can't do nothing with them. And when they said that to themselves, the other people saw them that way. You don't hear Americans talking about, because the little people, well, the Vietnamese, I didn't even know how small they were. I went to the Vietnamese embassy in 1971 when I was in Paris. I looked at them and said, man, these boys are whooping them. They wasn't no more than this big. You seen the Vietnamese, they're just tiny little people, tiny as they can be. I said, good God Almighty. I said, boy, they are lame. You don't hear the Americans say, that little bitty teeny human beings. You hear them soldiers talking about it, you think they was 9 feet tall, the way they was whooping on Americans and willing to die, right? And they got all these PTSD, all that stuff. They had it in Vietnam, they had it in World War II, they had it shell-shocked in World War I. They had it, they Civil War, they've had all of that. And they sent me and you over there to fight their people. And then they come back here, I don't mean to ramble, but look how they do a soldier, man. The number, I don't know, is maybe 22 soldiers a day commit suicide in America. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Why? Because they treat him like a dog. He come back here. They used to have a big deal with homelessness. They're trying to fix it because all of the homeless They ain't fixed it though. I'm just trying to tell you, this stuff.
I watched your boy, Chris Hanges, he interviewed the guy, and the guy was saying that a lot of that is due with what he called moral injury.
Yeah, they did stuff that they knew they
feel guilty about what they did.
Right, yeah.
That's more
I've
than
heard that
PTSD.
too. Yeah, that's more than
Moral
PTSD.
guilt.
Right, that's really what PTSD is, that they know what they did over there.
They go into somebody's house.
Right.
Some guys stuck rifles in women's vagina and blew their bodies.
Right.
Oh no, look. When you get over there, you go crazy. You thinking, first of all, I can shoot people and it's all right. At first it's a video game, like, they got everybody.
Right.
Brrr, brrr, and you see Americans, you see other soldiers, they don't be wasting all them bullets like they do in America. But Americans, they just brrr, brrr, they just overpower you with all that shooting. Pretty soon you look. In the Iraq war, it was 1 million people dead. This last one, they lost 4,000 people over here, but 1 million of those. They say, you think the number's exaggerated? I said, what? 200,000, 500,000. What are you talking about? You must be crazy. Remember Madeleine Albright? Their statistics said 750,000 people had died from, this is 91, from the early 90s up until she getting ready to leave office. So that must have been 98. Ms. Albright, 750,000 people have died from the sanctions. Forget about all the depleted uranium, all those two-headed babies, and 3-arm and 1-leg children, right? You know what I mean? Depleted uranium, they did that to the people. Said, what do you think about that? I think it's worth it. These people are so evil, it's not even on the books. That type of evil they do, it's unnecessary evil. The shaitan don't even demand that type of evil. He doesn't demand, just go and screw up and mess around and, and dumb stuff. But you don't have to kill everybody, right? You don't have to do that. The shaitan don't say, I want you to think about it. Just murder and psychopathic stuff. The shaitan just want to keep you away from worshiping Allah. All right, man, I'm just but the shaitan, you don't see the shaitan